Welcome back to Final Trade. I've got the camera up higher today because, as you can see, this is another giant 6,000 card box. I had one of these a while back that I opened on camera, and if you remember the follow-up to it, it turned out that there were only about 4,800 cards in the 6,000 card box. And so I had talked with the guy who sold it to me, and he was real nice and, gave me a partial refund. And then I said, hey, I'd kind of like to order another box. And he gave me a good price on that, too. So after long shipping delays, here it is. This is a great start, a whole bunch of 4th edition. And maybe you remember last time, all the 4th edition I got was either A, B, C, or D card names. It's like they had just taken it from the very front of some very large collection. You can see this is all what, PRS. Oh, so a very definite, and it's backwards. That's really odd. So somehow they stepped it down alphabetically. I'm gonna move this box over a bit. So I've got more room to put cards down here, but that's a really good start, seeing a bunch of 4th edition in there. And Mirage. What I'd really like to get out of this is Homelands, Alliances, Chronicles, those 4 or 5 sets prior to Mirage, Ice Age, because I don't have many of those. Those were already out of print when I was playing long ago. I have a decent amount of Mirage already. I have tons of Tempest Block because that was really the prime thing while I was playing. And then I have quite a bit of Urza's, but I stopped playing right as Urza's Destiny came out. So there we go. There's some Ice Age mixed in with some Tempest. So I'm hoping for the really early stuff and then the really late kind of vintage Magic that's, Mercadian Masks and later, all the way through the Onslaught block. 4 Unholy Strengths, but unlike last time, they don't have the pentagram because this is 4th edition and not revised. I think revised was the last time they had the pentagram on that card. So let's take another random block from a different place in the box. Tempest. And man, whoever owned these cards, and I don't know if the gentleman who's selling these on eBay is the longtime owner and he's just liquidating them, or if he got them in an estate sale, or if he bought out a collection or what, but man, it is crazy how much effort somebody went through sleeving all the commons and just all the regular garbage in a collection. But yeah, again, this is another giant handful of mostly 4th edition. So that's really exciting. And it looks like already there are more unsleeved cards in this box than there were in the last one. Of course, the issue last time was that those sleeves took up a lot more width than the seller thought. He had just kind of thought, hey, I threw some extra handfuls of cards in there. It'll be enough. And he kind of underestimated. There's some revised, or is that not revised? That looks really weird. Is this unlimited? See the position of the names. So see, this one is revised because you can see the position of the name is at the bottom of that little stripe. So there's this bar right across here. And when the name is at the bottom of it, when it's bottom justified, that is revised. But look at these. It looks like these are more in the center, or I don't know, those look really weird. I can't, usually you can kind of obviously identify what they are. Maybe they are revised and it's just kind of the color of the frame that's confusing me. Let's grab something from a different spot. Some of these along the edge, they get just mixed up in transport. Some 5th edition. I have tons of 5th edition already, but I guess I'm not really going to complain. Good old Skyshroud Troll, I think I got about 40 copies of that already. Alright, a big stack of Mirage, I hope. You know these ATOGs, there's a whole series of them. I just realized that recently. Because there's like the original red creature ATOG that you can sacrifice an artifact to for +2/+2. Here's Foratog, you can sacrifice a forest to it. And then there's like an Oratog, you can sacrifice an enchantment. I had never realized that until just recently. So this is cool. A whole bunch of Mirage. Oh, I'm remembering now. The guy who sold these, he said that the collection only went through Nemesis. So there was Mercadian Masks, and then Nemesis was the next set. So it wasn't even the end of that block. Whole bunch more 4th edition. Oh, and it's in a different part of that alphabet. Oh no, it's going backwards into the D's. Oh no. You can tell how well sorted these were. Cursed Rack, hey, that's cool. Always love those. The poor little voodoo doll guy always getting stretched and smashed. Circles of Protection, oh lord. I could probably cover a whole wall of my house in those. Let's see, all of these unsleeved ones here. Ooh. Oh, that's exciting. It looks like it may be a whole big stack. Look at this. This is like pack fresh revised. Oh man. I mean, it's all a bunch of like low value commons. It's the most low value commons there are. Flight, ugh, and Jump. Wait. Flight and Jump have the same casting cost, but one is till end of turn, I guess, because this is an instant. Okay, so it's not strictly worse. It's just usually worse. So hold on, let's see if we can get another. There's a couple 5th edition, but then more revised. Oh, just a few. That's exciting. I mean, this is the stack already of revised in this box, and that's already way more than was in the last box that I bought from this guy. I feel like such a crackhead being like, oh, I bought another box and maybe I'll buy another. But man, there's a lot more 4th edition in this than there was last time. Let's see if I can look for something specifically cool. Just tons of 4th edition. There we go. Looks like a stack of alliances. And several of them I've just never seen before. That's a good sign. This is part of what I was looking for in this box, was a bunch more alliances, homelands, chronicles, a bunch more sleeved 4th edition. Okay, let's see if we can get down to the. There's still so many cards on the first layer. More 4th edition, tons of it. Oh, that's really exciting. Whole nother giant stack. 4th edition, good old Benalish Hero. You can still get a beta Benalish Hero for under like $10 on TCG Player. The other day I was trying to think, should I just buy all of those? And I thought, man, I don't really want to be in the business of trying to flip individual cards. It's just so much work. Okay, so that's more 4th edition. Oh, a huge amount of alliances. Into a bunch of Mirage and some more 4th. I'm going to have so much 4th edition after this. It's pretty exciting. It's starting to get ridiculous here. Okay, let me see if I can move this. Prop that open. I know it's a bad idea. Put in the comments below what's the most number of loose Magic cards you've ever dropped on the floor at once. For me, it's probably just a deck. Okay. The bottom. Now the bottom is almost all sleeved. And last time I probably spent 2 or 3 hours to de-sleeve everything. Okay. First set out of the bottom, couple alliances, and then into Tempest, and then alliances, and then Tempest. So weird the way these are all mixed up. You know, I've been buying so many sets of just uncommons and rares off of TCG Player that I'm really missing a lot of commons on things. And so I feel like this should be a good way to kind of fill some of that part of the collection in over time, but also, I mean, I understand these have been searched. And so anything like, you're not going to find a Lotus Petal in here, for instance, which is, you know, like a $10 common from Tempest. You're just flat not going to get one. So, you know, people aren't selling these because there's a lot of hidden value in these boxes. They're selling them because they're bulk commons. But the one cool thing happening here, I mean, look at this. 4 Balduvian Warmakers, you know, and then 4 Sawtooth Ogres, and then 4 Sage Owls. So whoever owned this kind of had the, or either whoever owned this or whoever put together this box to sell it kind of had the idea of, hey, why don't I put 4 copy play sets together. Here's the one place you might find some hidden value in a set like this. These Lava Hounds, these are uncommons, but the set these come from, Weatherlight, predates them using color-coded set symbols to denote rarity. And so when people are searching through here, trying to pull out the expensive cards that are worth buy listing on TCG, they'll miss stuff like this, because who actually knows that Lava Hounds are uncommon? Besides you and me. All right, so here's some 5th edition. Nice. So far, there's been no Chronicles. Very little Mercadian. Has there been any Mercadian? Lots of alliances. I mean, that's cool. There, first little bit of Visions. The last box I bought from this guy, there was more Visions than anything else. It was the biggest stack. Okay. So I think I'm gonna about wrap this up, and then I'll work a couple hours on sorting, de-sleeving. Then I'll come back and show any diamonds in the rough in here. But again, I don't really expect many. And just anything really cool, like the Pentagram Unholy Strengths last time. All right. Tune into the next video. Thanks.